Welcome to Drawing in the Now. I'm Nancy Marie, and the activity I want to do today is the reflective circle. In the previous classes, I have done two versions of just scribble, and we have done explore and ponder, or circles and lines, and we also have done the labyrinth. Now today, I know both of you have done the reflective circle multiple times, but today I want to do it a little different. And what I want you to do is I want you to do a circle, and we're going to do several of them. One is I want you to do the traditional, which is the lines, the curved lines, a circle, and the two dots. So that's one. You can see I got some circles up behind me. Then what I want us to do is I want you to do one with all circles, nothing but circles. And then the third one is going to be straight lines. And what I'm really looking for is, how does your body respond to doing just circles, just lines, or, doing the usual of 3 straight lines, 2 curved lines, a circle, and 2 dots. The reason I had people do that collection of different shaped lines is that everything around us, any word, you say a painting, a window, a shade, a dog, it doesn't matter. It's all made of those shapes, and every table, every couch, every car, every human being can be reduced down to either straight lines or curved lines or circles or dots. And if a child is having, or an individual is having trouble speaking in a certain way, that a lot of it, I found out that a lot of it had to do with the inability of their brain to read a certain shape line. And when I was working with a lot of preschool teachers, I discovered this thing, I think it's called DRDP. Basically what it was they found that if they did something similar to what I'm talking about, but a simpler version, that it could help a child bring both hemispheres together. So I'm wanting us to focus on bringing both hemispheres together in a way that is going to manifest what you want to manifest. And I would say focus on just one thing that you would like to manifest. We're not going to do a whole bunch of them. You can do a whole bunch of it at home, but the ultimate is right now is just do the difference. So with that said, I'm going to take my, and they're not very dark, are they?
No.
Okay, let me get a different color. Okay, so I'm going to hopefully make this more visible. Okay, so do 3 circles on your paper, so we can just transition from one to the other. And like I said, this first one is going to be what we've done before, which is you divide it into quarters. You work only in 1 quarter, and you put in 3 straight lines, 2 curved lines, a circle and 2 dots. Remember the lines, the straight lines and the curved lines need to attach to a different line. And then add your 2 curved lines. You can do this while I'm doing it. You don't have to sit and wait. So here, so I have 3 straight, 2 curved, do a circle, and 2 dots. Okay, then do the reflection of that. When you're doing the reflection, you're moving it from one hemisphere to the other. And it really brings things together. So if you're, I find that if I'm really rattled by something, that this is very helpful because it pulls everything together and just makes it clear on what I need to do.
How many straight lines in
3.
3?
3 straight, 2 curved, 1 circle, 2 dots. Okay. Yeah. That isn't working.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It isn't. But anyway, that's okay. So some questions I would have you ask yourself is, which of these patterns help you be more still inside yourself, more calm, more connected? Okay, did you do it? Raise your hand if you're done. Okay, all right, so now let's go to circle number 2. And of course, we're going to do 4 sections. And we're only going to work in 1 quadrant at a time. But I would like you to put 7 circles in there. They can be large, they can be small, they can be inside of each other, anything you want. 7 circles inside.
Inside 1 quadrant.
Inside 1 quadrant. After you've done the 7 circles in here, then you can flip it over and do it just like you did before. But the thing I want you to peripherally be paying attention to is, what is a strain and what calms you?
And they cannot overlap. The circles cannot overlap.
You know, that you could do it. You could have them overlap if you want. I mean, this is like what we're trying to find out here is what relaxes your brain the best. So if you're thinking about overlapping, it probably is an indication you should try it. When you're done, raise your hand. So how was the circles? Just all circles?
I didn't like it as much.
You
As-
didn't like it as much. And you
as-
like the traditional way.
I like the old traditional way.
Yeah.
The combination.
Okay. And Lavinda, how did you feel about the circles?
I noticed with the last one, so the top right,
Yeah.
like when I finished there, I noticed that I was stressed.
Aha.
And even though the other is also like it's com- kind of complicated, but it didn't stress me so much. It was kind of like, yeah, I have to pay attention, but this one, it was easier for me to do it, but still I felt a level of stress in there.
Okay. So now we're going to go for 5 straight lines in one quadrant. And then, flip it over each way. And once again, you're paying attention to is the old traditional way or the circles or the lines are better. So 5 lines, okay? Raise your hand when you're done.
No, I'm not done.
Okay. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Pam, did you like,
Um,
what is the sequence of what you like the best, middle, and least?
Okay, I like the traditional first one, the best.
Okay, the best, okay?
It's more
That-
creative and
Mm-hmm,
more challenging.
okay.
The circles, and I did it so fast. I didn't put much creativity into it. It was pretty boring. I mean, 7 little circles in each quadrant. It was pretty simple to do.
Mhm.
So when it came to doing the lines, I went, let's be a little more creative. And that was more fun than the circles, but not as much fun as the original.
Okay, so it's the original, then the
Lines.
lines,
circles.
and then circles the end.
Mhm.
And what feeling did you have with each of them? I mean, it's like you obviously have a quantitative experience, and so when you're doing the original, is it the familiarity, or is it the creativity that you have to bring to it?
For
And
me, the original, it's the creativity. And what I found is I got lost in the process. In other words, could relax with the process. Didn't know, didn't matter what was around me.
Mhm. Good, good. That's
Okay,
what you want. That's what you,
right.
right. And so, do you feel like you can, in a stressful situation, like waiting in a doctor's office or who knows what, paying attention to the election coming up? Do you think that you can reduplicate this with your finger on your leg or your hand or your arm or someplace?
I could do it. I prefer to do it with pen and paper.
Yeah, but you don't always have pen and paper when you're stressed.
No, no, no. You know, to put a quadrant, it'd be easier to do the lines than the original with
Yes.
all. And my boring circles would be easy,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but it would distract you from particularly the political world we're living in this country today.
Yes. It's quite interesting. So,
Yeah, yes.
Um, I'm not sure whether it's the familiarity or the original is much easier for me than the straight lines. Like, because with this, I didn't think that, but I, how can I say that? In the third quarter, I didn't get it anymore how to do the straight lines. I made a big mistake. So
Mhm.
so that stressed me totally.
Totally.
And then
Yes.
in comparison uh, to that, the circles were easy peasy. And when I look at it also, it looks like air bubbles in the water, circles. And
Circles,
yeah,
circles.
and that's fine.
Mhm.
Or like
Good
how I
description.
did it here, like the see their eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there is my straight line. I totally screwed up here. And that looks like a web, which is interesting as well. And that might be a challenge, but relaxed is definitely the traditional, and then the circle and the straight line is not relaxed at all.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is good, so know that doing circular motion or doing multiple different movements, meaning that would be the beginning one. What you're looking for here is something that delights you or something that calms you, brings you into that, as Pam said, something about all the other stuff just kind of goes by the wayside. I mean, that's the point we're trying to do, is just move the system over to the conscious mind, which means it's not going to be reacting to the insanity we're living in right now.
Yeah, yes, that it put me in my conscious mind. It
Yeah.
took me away from the insanity that
Well,
we're
yeah,
living through right now.
yes. You're going through, or we're all going through.
Well, you and I are going through it. I don't know, if Lavina is
I have a
aware
green
of
card, so I'm
what's
part of
going
it.
on in our country that is so frightening and scary.
I have two countries. I have the US and Germany,
Oh, yes, Maui. Yes, and I love Maui.
Yeah, but Germany is also totally insane, even though we don't have elections. But uh,
Maybe the whole world is insane in
it
different
is.
ways.
It is.
I think it is. I think it is.
It is.
So
As
I was really surprised when I did the all circle thing that it was so easy. It was fun. I was like, oh my God, this is so fun. This is so cute. This is so whatever. And the other ones, the straight lines, and even the old traditional one today, my mind was like, I don't get it. I don't want to do it.
But
So
the circle one was easy.
yeah, it was easy. And if easy doesn't relax you and put you into the conscious mind, then, don't do it. The whole point is what's going to get you there and how can you stay there? And may we all survive this time in history.
Yes.
So, yeah,
maybe I felt stressed with the circle because before I didn't notice it because I'm a little tired because it's in the middle of the night, and I know that it's always stressing me a little bit when I get to the left top quarter
mm-hmm.
because my brain function is a little bit off sometimes, and kind I, I always have to pay attention a little bit, but I didn't notice my stress level at all when I did the first circle, only when I did the second circle. But when I look at it now, it's also, as I said, the circle one is a fun one right
Mm-hmm.
now, and the
Yeah.
other creative one, the first, and the third is kind of like, oh, it sucks me in.
Well, I see a goof in my lines
I
looking.
see a lot of goose in my lines today, it's just like, okay, this is what's happening. And remember, you didn't make a mistake.
I know.
What the drawing is showing you is what state is your mind in?
Mhm.
I'm glad you said that because I did look at where my mistake is, and that is the word I used.
Yeah, it's not a mistake. I mean, this activity is incredibly revealing. I've had people, when they were learning the first traditional one, it taking them 3 months daily, doing one daily, 3 months to get to finally be able to break through and do it. So it's all duplicated. So it's if I need fun, if I need some silly in my life, I definitely would go to all the circles because it's ridiculously simple. And sometimes ridiculous is exactly what my system needs to get out of the deadlock of what we're all experiencing. And so choose whichever one. And if you have any insights about it, you can send me an email.
Yes, it was very helpful. Thank you
Very
so
much. Yes.
Good.
And
Awesome.
you're gonna do this again November 4th?
Yeah, that's is that the,
It's the day
Yeah.
before the election. We ought to be out of our mind by then.
yeah, and that is the first Monday.
Yes,
Okay, yeah, so I will be doing that. Yeah, because I'm really, Cindy, who does my computer stuff, has set it up so that they're all scheduled up until the end of December.
right. And I just happened to see it was November 4th and I went, oh, okay.
Oh, hey, people are gonna be hanging out to dry. I mean, it's gonna be wild.
Yes.
That's good for you. You calm down and then you do whatever needs to be done. So
Yeah, you just calm down and it's soon happening, but Alex is going to have his own column.
I don't understand what you mean.
I-
Who is
Yeah,
Alex? Who is
yeah.
Alex?
Who's Alex?
Alex is your dog.
Right.
Oh, your dog.
Oh, I
Yes.
see. Oh, now I'm getting it. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, cool.
Yeah. So I decided that I was just so done with, metaphysical stuff and pushing and all of that. And I was like, this has got, I have to break the ice in a different direction. So yeah, so he has a business card, which I will,
Can Dottie join?
Is he handing
um,
it to people outside of your Safeway store, or is he handing it to people to everybody?
no, he's not handing it to people, but I think
Drawing,
I
drawing.
might, yeah, I might have Cindy set it up so people can download it and they can, put it together and have his business card. But shipping business cards overseas is not worth it. It's just so,
Yeah,
but
true.
but any ideas you guys have, and when I'll email you and let you know when he's doing his first column.
When he's launching, yeah.
He's launching his first column. Yes.
I
Launching his
love it.
business.
So, yeah,
Good.
I think that he can say things that I might not say. I mean, it's
Oh,
really,
very good.
yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
it's kind of like having a puppet, but he's
Yeah,
real.
yeah. What a great idea. Oh, that's beautiful.
I think, I really think it will help, people will laugh and they will share it with other people. I mean, I wrote two columns this morning.
Oh, wow. Perfect.
So I'm gonna get a few ahead of it and run it by my computer person but yeah, I'm hoping that he's gonna have a viable following.
So, are you doing it as a blog, or is he doing it as a blog, or like on these blog?
Well,
Podcast.
I'm not, I think I'm not sure if I think it's more part of the mail um, the mail setting, that is sent out. And
Each
like,
week.
do you get my newsletter?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's going to be part of that. It'll be there. But I'm also going to encourage anybody to share it with anybody. I mean, I think it's time for humor.
Yes.
And maybe you want to consider to put it on one of those blogging platforms.
What are the blogging platforms?
Oh, I don't know that much about it either, but I
I,
know
I
that
will,
blogger there are so many bloggers around, and there are certain platforms um, where bloggers are publishing their blogs, and
uh-huh,
so there's a whole different kind of world in terms of blogging around. And so maybe your internet person knows more about it, or maybe
yeah,
you can find somebody who knows something about it,
yeah.
because it's kind of like maybe a whole different approach would be great. I mean, you start with whatever you do in your newsletter, and maybe then at some point he can be even more independent from you.
Well, yeah, maybe he should have an account at LinkedIn, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
I mean, hey, let's all, put our fantasies
Wow.
into this.
That is so great. Yes,
Let's put
exactly.
all of our fantasies into this, and we'll find ourselves laughing, and that's what we need to do right now.
Or a TikTok account.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, TikTok. I I don't want to do X.
No, TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know what TikTok
I
is.
don't know I don't do social medias, but I can learn.
Uh-huh.
You're not talking about podcasts, Lavina,
No, I'm
podcasts
not
that
talking
people
about
are doing?
no. No. Blogging is just the writing thing, like podcasts, but in writing, and there are people who, like, years ago, they started to write articles as if you write an article on your website. So people can put it on their website, but they can also put it in a different platform where it's just about a certain subject, and then it's
Hmm.
kind of like a spread on the internet in a way that just that subject is uh, visible. And when people are looking for some humor or something like this, so you put these keywords in there. I get guess, and then humor with dogs or whatever it is. Then people would find that, and they would find it much better than um, when it's kind of like hidden in Nancy's newsletter. I mean,
Mhm.
that's what
Well,
gets
yeah, it is. It's hidden, and what I'm hearing is that um w we might start out just with the mail, the newsletter format, but talking to you guys and having your reaction is, I think he has to have his own persona. I mean, he's
yeah,
his own
totally.
persona, his own attitudes. I'm working on another one about smelling butts.
Oh, well, I have 2 dogs here.
and and
And they do that a lot.
and then you can put uh now it gets a little bit deeper into that. I just observed a talk at doTERRA's, the company with essential oils, and there was a lady talking about digestion, and she had a picture of all the different kinds of forms of when your digestion is coming out again as brown stuff, and whether it can be a sausage or little things, but that which looks like a sausage, that's the healthy way, and all the other are not the healthy ways, and it's like an official science, of course. And so things like that, he could also put in, oh, today I had a good shit, my sausage was really healthy, I'm so proud of it.
Okay, this is what we want to do. And
And
it
it sounds,
really,
yeah, it
I
sounds
mean,
as if that is a voice you
And
have inside of you, Nancy, but you usually don't say, and go ahead, just do it.
yeah, no, I mean,
Sounds
I
like,
did one thing, one of the columns that I wrote, had to do with um dogs liking to smell and dogs rolling in smells on the lawn, and people being just aghast at that, but then they go home and they put on perfume and cologne. So what's the difference?
it's their perfume,
It's their perfume. It's their perfume.
right?
I'm lucky
Also,
that yeah, my dog is not a roller.
Nancy, another thing is the aging process.
Yeah, we're not going to get to that for a while.
Okay, well, I'm going through it with Dottie, so I feel there's a lot of,
Okay, well, send me an email or, and or give me a call. And yes, I definitely would like to have you guys get him. I mean, talking about people being stressed and you know, smelling a dog smelling his butt. And, which really has to do with lack of boundaries. I look forward to this. I think I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, and
yeah,
I will let you know when it's up and ready.
cool.
And yeah, and I will, the whole thing about his card is I think I'm gonna have Cindy make it so it's downloadable for free. And just say, be card carrying dog supporter, or I don't know, what it is, but it's just
fun.
fun. That's the fun.